This is awkward because I have to apologize to everybody. I know I said this would be for Wattpad, but so far I hadn't seen much new stories yet. I will still tell some stories. I mean, I mainly got about, wait, 2, 4, where is it? Thief in the Night. I think I feel like I've done Thief in the Night. Have I done Thief in the Night? I did. So I'm gonna do something. I'm now gonna do some sequels to books, and I usually don't feel like doing this, but I feel like I'm giving you guys all enough time to read the sequels or trequels. Oh wow! Actually, I have to look up later on what you call a sequel in its third round, or the third round of a sequel. Is it still called a sequel again? Because I know like Iron Man has like 3 movies. I don't know. So 4, 5, 6. 7, I think. I know I did one other sequel. I have other sequels in here that I haven't gotten to yet. Got 8, got 8, got 8. Did I do Where is My Little Sore Mat? I think I feel like I've done that one. Fudge a Duck. I don't think I've done the Proteges one. I'm at 8. I'm at an 8. I am at an 8. I might have more on my more complete stories that I hadn't talked about yet. Did I read the Angel Shadow? I feel like I did. Sorry, I'm just double checking because I have 8 stories now I'm going to talk about. Oh, that's what I meant by part 1. Okay. 9. This is what happens when you have so many lists. You have to try to remember. Can't do Shirley Sherlock because I think that one's canceled. I think one of these books was also on fanfiction.net, but I can't remember the name. This one I was gonna do. Yeah, this one was on 9. I like 6. You're in luck because there's one other book of yours I think I actually did read. Although it's been a while since I recall. If I only really read the summary, please don't hate me because it's just because, you know, because I was about to read it and then something happened. Did I do one true? I don't think I did. No, it's on there. Okay, now I got 10, apparently. But I'm also gonna do one that's not on Wattpad. And I think you Supernatural fans out there will be excited about it. I sure would. Heck yes. I clicked the wrong thing. Also, what was I saying? So I have an interesting story while I'm getting these 10 stories up, and you know, all that. Okay, how do you? Okay, that's how you do it. Okay. While I copy and paste and go on some of these books lists, yada yada yada. So today, so while I am out, also good news also is that I've gotten most of the listing on my books, of the book I've reviewed, up and written down on my paper, or my booklet here. My book has 3 columns, well 4 technically, but 3 important ones is the reads, the votes, and the chapters. Yes, it's much easier for me. That way I can keep up. Also, author for Synthetic Heart, I will be getting there. Christy Andres, I will be getting to your book soon. Michaela's Hearts, hi. Sorry, I'm weird. Sorry. What am I doing? I just go to my reading list. I'm an idiot. But back to the story. So today, my friend has a puppy. And me and that puppy kind of had a little incident. Thanks to my stupidity, I stupidly got my face too close when I shouldn't have. And let's say that it's a puppy, and you know what happens when you get your face too close to a dog. And it's really, really wound up. My bad. I don't blame, I love him. He's a cutie pie. I blame my stupidity that I moved my face too close when I shouldn't have. This is what happens to me. I do the craziest things. I really need to get my head better. I have speech impediment issues. Thank you. Books. Links are in there. I lost count how many spaces I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more because I'm an idiot. Okay. Author. Links. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I fixed it. And it probably worked better if you actually did. I probably never even clicked on the thing. No, I clicked on my thing. I'm just gonna be talking. So anyway, so I got injured a little. Once again, like I say, it was my bad. I need to work on myself. Ooh, that's 1. And 2. And 3. I would do this part, but I don't know where the part 1 I had is. Huh. Oh, and also one of them is discontinued. Boop. Got 3. Boopity 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 boop. 4. Also, I require you guys to just give me ideas of your books. Like what stories you really want me to check out. I know one person asked me to check out, and I am. I think I did one of the book 2. Did I do The Prince and the Duke went to Harvard already? I think I did. Stupid-o me. I would check, but I don't know. And I really don't want to have to look back at my videos because that takes forever because I talk too much. Still love God as Rose. I don't know if that means it's fully done. Oh yeah, wait, it is fully done. I'm thinking maybe it's Dream. I'm an idiot again. See? I tell you, I'm an idiot. I think I did Serendipity 2 and 3, didn't I? I mean, I didn't. I thought I had it in here. Maybe I didn't. No, doesn't look like I did. I'll do the next two books if you want me to. Comment below if you want me to review Serendipity 2 and 3. Well, I think 3 is still being worked on, but I don't know. Yay! Sorry. Still waiting for Nikki to do another book for this one. Nikki, if you're watching this, I doubt it, but Nikki, if you're watching this for the Aurora Sky Vampire Hunter, please do book 2. Please, please, please. I loved it. It was really, really good. Huh. I thought there was one more in here that I didn't do and I really wanted to do again. Not again, I mean that I missed. Although I don't think I... No, wait, I'm thinking the wrong reading list. I'm thinking of the complete books. See, that's what happens. I can't think. Boop. That's one of them I have to do. Oopsie. I did this one. I remember doing that one. Did I do his for the taking? Yes, I did. I remember. I did. I don't think I did Miss Oliver Jarvis Anderson. Probably I did. I don't remember. Remind me, people. Burp. Fudge. Dang, I gotta have a better memory. I need to really work on my memory skills. I don't need to actually try this. I don't know if I've done it, but I probably have. But if I hadn't, I just want it because we all know if you haven't heard about Johnny Depp's problem, or maybe it's not a problem anymore, but I don't think I've done this one yet. Where have I been? My brain has left the building completely. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, I missed one. 2 more. Why have I not looked through my completed stories completely? Did I not do my felony? Let me take a look at the felony. Now. Vampire Secrecy. I don't know if it's just me. But I think you're missing your summary. What the frick? That's weird. A lot of work just scrolling. Wait. And I also will do the sequels, of course, to... I should probably put these in order, because obviously that'd be important. The next episode will have more sequels because I know there's probably a lot more sequels that I've had. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing, but I don't know if that's a good thing. So I'll just share with you what I'm doing. It'll probably help you out better. Here we go. Also, probably would help if I had this little thingy, my bubby, out of the way. There you go. So as you see, I'm in a different list. It's not the same list. I don't think I did Serendipity 2, so I will in the next video. I will Angel Twist for Angel Twist. I'll do My Bloody Fairy Tale. It will follow the Married to the Prince of Darkness. And Desires of the Heart. I don't think I've done that one. Ooh. Ooh, Pride and Deduce. I like the title. This also looks really good. I will save that for the next one. I'll make a list personally for myself to remind myself of what's going to be the next the stories. So add to my list. Okay. So these will go on to the next. I have a little button here. I think did I do Pride and Deduce? I probably didn't. In case, so I will add it in. So we got 10 now, but in case. Life of me. I hope I'm not running out of space to do this. If I am, I'm gonna be pissed. The good thing I wrote the same list of those stories from the books I've already done on a book. So in case if I have to get rid of them, I will. And put them in a proper place. I don't think I've done Serendipity's book 2, and I will do though. So we're just still going to be looking in case for the next 10 stories. Ooh. We'll definitely add that one into it. Like I said, I'm doing sequels also. I really, 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 really wish for her Royal Match sequel. Sanaya can't. Can't we have that? It'd be really nice. But that's just personally me. Cassiopeia. I like the name Cassiopeia. Ow, I just popped my foot. We will add Falling for the Vampire Bad Boy Prince as one as well. That actually looks really interesting. So I will also add it. I don't have to add it again because I already did one. Did I do Mini Mr. Vampire? I probably did, and I'm just being a forgetful dunce. But I will add it still. I will still add it in. um, I don't think I did vampire maids. I probably did, and then I'm just forgetting again. I probably didn't do this one, but see, I had to recall a lot of what I previously remembered. God dang, is a teacher and a student. Oh boy. I think. Oh yeah, I did. Was gonna add that one. I will make a special add in case. So it's gonna add 11, but that's just because I want to make the special. Yay. Okay. I'm going to click that, open the link. Hopefully that works. It works. I can just do that. Why did I not think of that before? Start it from the bottom and take it to the top. And just go backwards. Hopefully. Guys, I don't know if they're going to be fully in order, but still, I'm going to say the author again, so it's not going to make a big difference. And I will hopefully fix it correctly, but I know I should make this a better, easier date for me just to get this done earlier, so that way I don't take up much time. Heck no, I'm still going to take up time, because you can't plan all these ahead. It won't let you. I hope the hawk was added in this one, or I'm going to be mad. Yeah, it was. Okay. Double checking. I probably am going in the correct order. I'm just... So... And yes, it might look like there's one missing author, but that's because that author did 2 books. So, it's not really missing. It's just how it was posted. That didn't really make sense, but it did in my mind when I was thinking it. And there's going to be another one, 2 missing, because, like I said, because they wrote 2 stories. Okay, I got taken by the hawk. That was too fast. Monster. Yes. Yes. Okay. Difference. Okay. The prince that was promised the Black Dragon book. Where was it? It's probably in the other list. Probably. Where are you? There you are. Right. I'm an idiot. I can't believe I forgot. Okay. I'm slow, alright? I forgot I even stated that there was a person that wrote another 2 books. I'm tired also. I'm wearing freaking makeup. I hate it. Yay, me. Okay, so then that means... Yes. I'm on the right track. Okay. I think I'm almost there. I was also watching Old Spice commercials. I don't know why. So catchy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's gonna be 11, but there's a reason. And the authors and the book should be in good order. Okay. Whew. Still don't mind the title. So there's gonna be 2 extra stuff in the end. Letting you know. Okay, so let's now actually get started before I slowly forget. I hope the poison ivy one was added in there. Yes. Okay. Now we're on the right track. Okay. So, did I actually have that written down? No, I didn't. Okay, so this is the first book. It is called Ghosts of the Present, and if you don't know this story, it's gonna follow Hellboy 2, the Golden Army. And yes, I've seen it. And this will follow Prince Nuada. Don't know who he is. He, I think, in a way, has turned out to be the villain. If you haven't seen Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, please go check it out first, because if you haven't seen it, you're going to get lost, because this is kind of follow the story. Although I think it actually goes on afterwards, after the story, when Hellboy defeats the army. Oops, sorry. Spoiler alert, sorry. But this follows the sequel to Shards of the Past, which does follow the Hellboy 2 movie. Kind of. It has parts of it. But I have read this, and it is completed. No, wait, it's ongoing. I'm an idiot. Because it actually started a year ago. But it's by Poison Ivy 99, my favorite author so far, because I really like the first book. And I know the old saying is, nothing is as good as the first one. That's not always true. There are some stories, like we all know Harry Potter had so many movies. Obviously, it was better than the original. There you go. But it's by Poison Ivy, Poison_Ivy 99. It's 12 parts currently. It's already at 3,300 reads and 127 votes. I encourage people to please vote for this because she is really good. Now, this story, spoiler alert, because this is all for sequels, this story is going to follow on with the Shards of the Past, which is following where Hellboy had a sister, or adopted sister, really. Even though they're both adopted, they were adopted by the same father. I can't remember his name, though. Fudge duck. But they're following a girl named Serena. I like the way you spelled her name. It's really interesting. And Hellboy. I can't remember who his real name was, and I don't probably think he had a real name, but it's probably his real name anyway. I had seen the first movie, okay. Now, the story is taking place 4 years since Serena died, and Hellboy had been trying to, live on his life with his girl, Liz, and his twin son and daughter, which is cute, to say the least. I mean, I thought they were just going to have one kid. Heck no, let's have twins. That's actually a really cute idea. I wonder, it makes you wonder how the boy will be turning out. Like, but also this, now it says on here it's been updated back in November 2015. Here on my phone, on the app itself here, it says it was updated January 23rd of 2016. Weird how that happens. I don't know which one to trust. Maybe it's in between. Who knows? Um, questionable. But anyway, so as it takes place 4 years since the first book. Um, Now the twins, son and daughter, are Zeke and Lynn. Now his sister falls in love with Prince Nuada, and I uh, shoot, I think Nuada is alive, but he probably isn't. But who knows? I don't think. Well, no, I don't think he did. In the movie, it said he didn't. Um, or I don't think he did. But now Serena's heartbroken. The big question though is what happens when the spirit of Serena, the dead sister, is after him for revenge, killing her lover. Makes you. We all know. Thou shalt never. What's the saying that says about scorning a woman? Nothing's more scarier than a woman who's scorned, I think. What the frick is that? It was that line. What's the quote? I can't remember. Nothing's more scarier than this. What the hell? I can't remember. There's a saying. I'm looking it up. Nothing. Scarier. Woman. The line says, "A hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn." That's the one. Wait, I don't think that follows this one. What's a line that we have for one who wants revenge? Quote for a woman seeking revenge. For the death. I don't think there'd probably be one, but who knows? I would say probably. Goodreads says, here's some. Oh, they have a lot of quotes I can think of. Oh. Ingo Montoya, you killed my father for to die. I don't think that probably follow her, but it'd be interesting. Oh, here's one. The Heart of Midlothian. Revenge, the sweetest morsel to the mouth that ever was cooked in hell. Or I will hurt this for you. I will hurt you for this. I don't know how yet, but give me time. A day will come when you think yourself safe and happy, and suddenly your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth, and you'll know the debt is paid. I'm gonna put a link to that because revenge proves his own executioner. I never knew that. I'm gonna put a link. I'll leave a link to this because very, very interesting, doesn't it? Oh, personally, I think it was interesting, but who knows? I found that quote pretty invigorating. But anyway, so definitely check this book out. But I would first say please read the first book, which is Shard of the Past, because if you read this one first, you're gonna get lost. I will promise you that you will get lost. Then again, that's what happens when you just read sequels first and not. I don't know. I probably Jack Skellington Rules vibe. I don't know if I did review your book of Pride and the Deuce. I was probably reading it, but you know how I have a really not a good one-track mind? I am scatterbrained, really. So when I probably was reading it, I probably scrolled down on the computer and saw another book and then jumped to that one. I jump from book to book a lot. Probably not a good idea to do that, but that's me. But I promise you, in the next book, not next book, the next video. Oh my god, I can't read. Mm. Hold on, I'm texting you now. Gotten to yours. Plan to do it. So I haven't gotten to it, but I had been planning while I was talking. I had planned to do your book of Pride and Deduce in the next video. And once again, I have been up and down everywhere. It's also because I've been reading a certain fan fiction, 3 fan fictions going on 4 of a certain series, and it was really, really getting good. And I get really hooked on so much things. Let's get back to I've lost my track. No. Yes, list. I'm trying to find my list. What the frick? Holy moly, my nose hurts. Well, I think I pretty much finished talking about this one. So please, but again, like I say, please do check it out. It's really good. I promise you, it's good. Okay, so the next book I shall fly over to is this one. So our next book is Ramar's Princess. It's a Tom Riddle story. It is a 23-part story, and it's still ongoing. So, and I know I don't really like doing that, but like I say, I make exceptions. Exceptions. Oh my god, I can't talk. Learn to speak, woman. That's very difficult for me, apparently. But this story is 23 chapters long currently. Last I heard it's updated, it was back in January 5th of 2015. I'm hoping that the story will be completed. And it probably has been completed. I don't know. It looks like it. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm hoping and praying that Chelsea Richards will actually update it. But who knows? Still read the book. Now, once again, I have said I jump from book to book, so apologies if I haven't fully gotten done yet. I would think I was halfway through. I think. Like, again, if I read one book, I'm going to forget later on. Seriously, no work on that. But anyway, so Ramar's Princess, like I said, is 23 chapters. It's gotten at least 65,500 reads and at least, I think now, 2,000 votes. Yes. And it's by Chelsea or Chelsea. I think I'll say Chelsea Richards. I probably said that wrong. Apologies. You know what I forgot? I forgot to post the link of this video. To my Wattpad. Great job, me. I'm so messed up right now. I'm not even kidding. I'm so disoriented right now. Okay, so I just now posted the thing. I'm so slow. I'm so sorry. Um, okay, so back to the book. This book, again, it's following when Tom was in school, not when he turned into that creepy snake form as he is now, or was, since if you haven't seen the movie or books, I'm not going to tell you that story. Um, but where he has hair, he actually has nice looking skin. Basically, a cute guy. It's also when he was still in school. I can't remember what year he started in this story, but um, I hurt my nose. No, I don't want that. I hit my nose again. I hit the scab. Owie. Great job, me, huh? Hold on. But I know this thing takes place in the city of, where it started was, it takes place in the beautiful, like, city of, or the scenery of Ramad. Um, Let me just paint a basic picture for you what Ramar is. Now, Ramar is I get, in a way, very beautiful, where it has like all the waterfalls and a huge one. They didn't really say what the name of it was, but and it had some smaller ones also. There are some strawberry patches. I'm recalling some things, and there's other things in nature, and then a huge lake. Somewhere by Ramar's castle, Ramar Castle. Now in this story, we are seeing is Tom Riddle is visiting the palace of Ramar to help forward his future plans for his new world. Um, uh, uh, but that all changes when he meets a girl. I'm going to try to paint a picture for you about this girl. Um, she always has this playful smile on her face. Um, um, she's short, from what I can remember. It's saying around 5'3", 5'4", almost what I was maybe last year. She has this long, straight black hair, really pretty black hair. That I think would probably almost reach her waist. I'm just painting you a picture of what she looks like. And she had a halo on her head, like it was made of twigs and leaves. You know, the floral things. You know, when you make flower tiaras and all that, kind of like that. She's pale skin, kind of like I am. But it's not too pale, or it has, you know, the unnatural, like, beautiful soft glow to it, you know, like kind of like vampires have, like that, I think, maybe. But she has like this pretty white cotton dress that it went above her, a little bit above her knees. Um, uh, but you know, like the dress where it doesn't like hold on to you tightly at the top, but it loosens when it gets to your waist. I think that's what she's wearing. She had white shoe, well, probably white shoes. Maybe it was gray. I don't remember. And but they look like flats, not like high heels. What you would think. Um, but um, uh, but she's very beautiful in a way. from what I'm saying. Um, but to me personally, it feels like she's very sweet. So, now be warned though, her father is the king. Is King. How do you say his name again? King. How did you say it? Is Malthanine? No, Mathanel. I don't know. I can't remember. Um. But her father was a king, so I technically think that means her a princess. Um. But this automatically just, you know, makes you see, oh, just one look at her and she's got Tom hooked. It's really good how you go into how Chessa went into detail about her. It's really good. It just really hooks you in on the first chapter. I still remember that. So, but definitely check this book out. It's really good. I hope that it will be updated. I'm hoping, but we'll only have to wait and see. It's all up to our authors. So, now that means let's go on to the next story. Now, this is covering, wait, I skipped one. I'm so sorry. I skipped one. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. I skipped one. I skipped one. The link was smaller than the other one, so that's why I skipped. Apologies. I was supposed to be doing this one. But I will. I'll still do it. It's weird how that happens. I apologize. But I'm almost done with this book. I think, where am I at still? I hate when it doesn't keep up with me here. I'm at the part where Grant, I think, reveals, I think his plan, I think. I don't know if I'm at chapter 5. No, I'm not. I'm after the ball. Where the frick am I at? Yeah, I'm way ahead than I thought. Where the frick am I at? Isn't it great that I can't really remember? Okay, so I skipped. I'm probably at chapter 12. Yeah, I'm at chapter 12. So it's getting really good. I will say this is getting really good. But so the story is called The Rivalry. Rivalry? Yeah, I said it right. Sorry. The fair warning, people, if you're not over the age of, I would say probably 15, 16, 17, or 18, I don't know. The story may contain graphic depictions of violence, sexuality, strong language, and or other mature themes, so please do not read it unless you're of that age. But once again, I stretch. Will anybody listen to me? Probably not. Now, this story has 42 chapters, as I just said, and has now gotten 1.3 million reads and gotten 27,000 votes. Now, that's pretty amazing. That's obviously going to show you that this book is really good and that it really got a lot of people, especially if it got 1.3 million reads. I mean, come on. Now, this story is following two people with their point of views and all. Two people from two different kingdoms, a prince, a princess. So I think, yeah, and they're gonna be coming of age, which means personally that means that they're gonna be king or queen. Our two characters are Lene, if I'm saying this right, I'm sorry. Oh, and it's by Thundercat 1417. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. Now, we're following two people. One is the girl whose name is Lene Amistel. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. Who is a princess and is heir to the Aryan kingdom. Now, she's not really that thrilled to become a queen, but it's a good reason why, because her mother is pressuring her to find a suitor for her, and it's really, really pressing, putting pressure on her, especially because of the rivalry between the Navarian lands, which are acting up. The rivalry lands between Navarian lands, and she's getting stretched pretty thin, a very thin line. Now, Grant Lahars, who is also a prince, is the epitome of the enemy in her family and herself's eyes. His kingdom is especially an enemy to hers. They really, really hate each other. Sorry. Now the thing is, the enemy of my enemy. What's that line? What's that quote? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. If I'm right. Now, I think the quote, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer, will probably play in mind. Because when Grant Lahars pops up and asks Lene to marry him, and makes an offer that she can't really deny, will she put everything, her kingdom, her family's views of her especially, and her views of herself on the line and go with it? Or will she just reject him and risk messing up? Really, will she do whatever it takes to end the rivalry, even if it means ending herself or her getting sacrificed? It is really good. It's really good. When I was reading, I swear I felt so many emotions. It felt like the character was literally me. Or I should flip that around. I felt like I was literally her. Because I would probably do the same thing she's been doing. Like, just really questioning, am I really doing the right thing by going along with Grant's plan? Or have ulterior motives for wanting to do this. It really makes you question yourself sometimes. It really makes you think. I like that. That means it's really freaking good. Okay, next story. Can't click. Where'd my list go? Let's go. Burp. Such a duck. Thank you. Okay. Next story. I think. Am I just randomly scrolling? I'm randomly like scrolling. Probably scrolling. Ooh, my neck got tickled. Probably randomly scrolling the wrong way, but yeah, I'm probably scrolling the wrong way. Or I'm probably like on the wrong book. I'm on the wrong reading list. Because I haven't freaking get done. Okay. Owie, I just scratched myself with my freaking foot again. Next story. Another story. It's called Jess. I'm probably skipped ahead. I skipped ahead. I skipped ahead again. Someone whacked me in the back of the head. I swear. I swear. My mind is just, ooh, hey. Mother of Souls, I didn't know. I didn't know you did a Kylo Ren story. I not say anything. I hate when there's no romance, though. It really messes with my mind. But okay, so now we're on schedule. Now this story, if you remember, I had done the Black Dragons book 1. I actually scrolled back to where I freaking had it. I think the story was called The Imp first, isn't it? Yeah, I think it was The Imp. Wasn't it The Imp? I think it was. Yeah, it was. It was The Imp. Also, this is following Game of Thrones. What season did it follow? Doesn't freaking say. Okay. That's gonna get me. Shoot. I actually haven't watched all Game of Thrones really, so I don't know what season it's gonna be following. Oh well, but yeah. So this story is following the Imp. So this is the next book. Now, what I'm recalling from the last book, and I finished the first book. I'm trying to remember. I'm halfway, I think, maybe into the second book. What the frick happened in the end? The last book. Such a duck. I know Carissa disappeared or left. See, I haven't read this book in a little bit, and I'm trying to remember. Where she went to. But so in the last book, if you haven't read the first book, please mute me now because you will not know what's going on. In the last book, Tyrion and Carissa had fallen in love, but they weren't allowed to. Well, yeah, I think they weren't allowed to because Tyrion, if you don't know in the show Game of Thrones, Tyrion is the little imp. He's a cute imp, I'll say that. Who is always drunk, has no filter really. Personally, yeah, basically. But so what happens at the end of? Will you go away? Updating. Thank you. Go away. Now, what happens in the end of the last book is freaking heck. Yay. Thank you. Is trying to remember. This is really hard to remember. So Carissa is dragged in to the bedding ceremony, which is supposed to happen between Tywin, Tyrion's dad, and Carissa, Tyrion's lover, or his dragon, really. So she's being carried off to the Tower of the Hand, but she was grabbing, I think, she was grabbing a hold of Sansa, who was saying, "You will be ward of the North." But so the men had taken piece clothing off at a time and carrying her to the bed chambers. I think one of the men was Bronn, who I think stayed by her side. And she felt comfortable with him there, I remember, because she trusts him. So then she was thrown into the bedroom along with I think, half-naked Tywin. So Tywin, I'm trying to remember, probably really wanted her. And a plan was going down with Carissa that Bronn is supposed to knock on the door to interrupt. And Tywin is really forcing Carissa to do the bedding ceremony. But the only thing she had on her was the pant undergarments. Don't know what that is. Please look it up. But she then attacks Tywin. I think she had one of her high heels, which will really hurt when I'm trying to remember, and she slapped him with it. And I'm thinking in my mind, that's really got to really hurt. He calls her a whore. She kicks him. Then make sure he didn't see anything. Yeah. So she punched him in the back of the skull and paralyzing him and pretty much making him unconscious. So then Bronn knocks on the door. She has everything. And she also has Tyrion's child with her. The toys for Tyrion and her child. She had her, Sansa, and Bronn all had a plan to help her escape. Obviously, and also with Bronn's face bleeding, and Sir Meryn was also on the floor. Tyrion is at the bottom of the stairs, spear in hand. Tyrion helps her escape. She tries to remember everything, all the details and all. And Tyrion is looking around at the wall, trying to find a tunnel. But Tommen, I don't remember when, what was his name? Starts with a J, but when he died, the guy with the J name, I can't remember his name. Joffrey died. Tommen took the role. And Tommen sees Tyrion help Carissa escape. But the thing is, Tommen also really has a crush on Carissa. But Tommen doesn't really know that Carissa is Tyrion's. But instead of telling where Carissa and Tyrion are heading, Tommen helps her escape. And Carissa makes a promise to Tommen that she'll name her first son or child after Tommen. But of course, before she was able to leave, Tommen grabbed her and kissed her. But obviously she let him because she wasn't planning on ever seeing Tommen again. So they finally reached the end, which what I mean is that led to an alleyway in the flea bottom. So now Kari is pregnant. And Tyrion tells Kari not to love him but give all that love to their child. Now this is where they will not see each other until the coming of book 2, at least I think correctly. Yeah, book 2. And she says, and these last lines are very important, which will lead into book 2. And it's she's stopped Tyrion and told him for the last time, "Don't forget me." And he agreed, saying, "Never, my love." And those were the last words between her and Tyrion. Now, so they finally escaped, and she cried all the way. And she went to where Jorah and Heron. Now, Heron is a little boy that she adopted. She saved him, and he was, because her father, I think his father got killed or something, and he was put in an orphanage, and she adopted him and took him as her own son. And he sees Jorah as, I'm probably saying his name wrong, sorry, as his icon or his idol, and he really respects him. So she's taking Heron with him because she is related to Daenerys. They're the only two left, and so Jorah found Carissa and is now taking her and her adopted son and her unborn baby to where Daenerys is. So they're going to set sail, and their boat will drift into Blackwater Bay. And of course, Heron's he said he's gonna miss where he was. But deep down, Carissa knew it was for the best, because she wouldn't be there once Tyrion barged into her and Sansa's realm. Just wrecking it, throwing everything on the ground. Of course, Sansa watched pretty much in terror. So, basically, she would be long gone and would be basically a shadow of a memory to them. So, that leads into the next book, which is right here. Now, this story, sorry, I went way deeper into the sequel than I should have. But that's important to tell you kind of what happened, because it's pretty important. Now, I'm halfway into book 2, so I can't go much into detail in book 3 because did I finish book 2? I probably finished book 2 and I'm waiting for the update. Yeah, I finished book 2. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you tidbits here, because I haven't really gotten to read book 3 yet. Sorry. Now, Jorah had promised her, by her I meant Carissa, that he'd take her safely to Queen Daenerys Targaryen, which is her aunt, to become the Princess of Meereen. But of course, as things usually happen in Carissa's twisted world, their voyage soon will turn into her solo adventure, as she, again, like I said, is heavy with a child. And of course, an unknown companion try to make it to Meereen alive. Which, if there's a book 3, obviously she would. Now, she does get to meet her. And I think in this book, she meets Daza. So I'm not going to go too much into detail of book 2, and obviously not much detail in book 3, because I haven't gotten to there yet. But what I felt in the second book, it was really good again. I always didn't think sequels would be better than the original. Obviously, I was proven wrong in this book. This book just led into a lot more emotions than I thought. Now, if you want to know, Tyrion, her, and Carissa do find each other. How? I leave that up to you, because it's really interesting, really. So let's get more deeper here. So the Princess of Marine, the Black Dragon Book 2, is 74 chapters long and has now 20,500 reads and almost 2,000 votes, give and take 1,500 votes, really. It's by Mother of Solos, and I love that. I love you, Mother of Solos. You're so cool. Like I said, this book does contain graphic depictions of, violence, sexuality, strong language, and other like mature themes. So I really I really state, if you're over the age of 18, please do read this. Although if you haven't figured out that it's Game of Thrones, basically. It's gonna get bloody. So other than that, let's get into the third book now. I obviously doubt this book's updated. Well, it's updated up to May 28th. Now, The Prince That Was Promised is the Black Dragons Book 3. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the last book. Probably wasn't, but who knows. I haven't read anything on this one yet because I was kind of waiting up because I had other books to do. I am getting to it. So it's now at 10 chapters. It has already 884 views, or reads, really, and 73 votes. A lot less votes than the last few books, but I hope you guys are reading these because Mother of Solos is really good. Especially, this book is really good. Now, this book, from what I'm reading right now here in this little summary here, is that winter has arrived. If you don't know winter, it's freezing cold, especially in that time, where you can feel it, the cold through coming into your bones and, of course, in your lungs. Now, during the winter, will also come with long nights, and along with that, White Walkers. Now, Carissa Targaryen, like I said, Carissa is related. Her aunt is Daenerys Targaryen. She knows there is a prophecy that her father had believed in. Her father was killed, but he had an affair with another woman. Left her mom and I think her siblings basically to die. But she was somehow was alive and lived through it. Now, the prophecy is the one of Azor Ahai, if you say that right, which is a prophecy that would save humanity during the time of the cold and, of course, the misery. And so now she and her brother Aegon was, I think, Aegon Targaryen, during book 2, Aegon Targaryen was to be betrothed to Carissa Targaryen, although she already got betrothed to Tyrion. Now, Tyrion and Aegon hate each other because Aegon is pretty much jealous that an imp got his sister pregnant and married when her brother, who was promised to her when they were babies, that he would be married to her. And he is in love with her. But obviously Carissa does not see that in him. But her brother Aegon and her promised Tyrion Lannister have to find the prince that was promised. Now she believes that to be Jon, which is her bastard brother. Now along the way they will meet old friends, of course, new enemies, obviously, and of course a faceless assassin. And Carissa will have to battle against the Sand Snakes, and her cousins, and the last thing she has of her beloved uncle, Oberyn. But meanwhile, her adopted son, or actually really much her son, Harren, will be traveling along with Jorah Mormont and Dairo Naharis, and to bring back Daenerys Targaryen from the grasp of the new cow, because she was married to the new cow, although she didn't really wish to, but she had to. No choice. So this book will get more and more interesting along the way. Now, let me, of course, first figure out where I am. Click, 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 click. Okay, now I think we are at the sequel to Just Give Me a Reason. Yeah. So here it is. If you haven't remembered the story of Disgusting, I'll kind of fill you in on what that was. Give me a minute here. Now, if you don't remember the story of Disgusting, Disgusting is where a girl named Americus, again, label name, is Americus doesn't really believe in love, because she's had her heart broken, of course, 3 times, and every time was much more painful than the last. So now she's forced to believe in love all over again and fall madly into it. Now, because Americus has an arranged marriage, she will go through trying to find that emotion and will have to go through that again. But it's with the worst kind of guy. She's paired up with the worst kind of guy to have to fall in love with again, because he's an arrogant, rich, cocky, and is mostly a player. Now, does Americus get out of it? Heck no. If there's a sequel, obviously, will she fall for this guy, or will she run like hell? Obviously, she didn't. And she does fall in love with him. Is he going to hurt her? We'll find out in this story. Now, in this story, the sequel, obviously, it's called Just Give Me a Reason. Again, sequel to Disgusting. It has 24 chapters. It already has 86,700 reads and 2,300 votes. It is by Sunny Leo 09. Love your picture, by the way. It's so adorable. Now, I hadn't gotten the chance to read the story due to complications here. Now, hard times will fall on Drew, especially as his family's company is starting to experience some hard times. Hold on a sec. My phone, give away. My phone's got some issues. Well, actually, I take that back. I think I did read it. But anyway, so scratch it out. Sorry. Now, sorry. Now, Drew's name was Drew Newbell, so Americus does get married to Drew. Now, sorry, I'm tired a little bit. Now, the thing is, so Americus's ex, his name is Ryan. So Ryan and Americus are good friends, because so Americus tells Ryan all what's happened, her arranged marriage to Drew, how she finally fell in love with him and actually got married to him. So Ryan really doesn't know why they didn't become friends after they had broke up. But the reason that they actually did break up, though, is because he cheated on her with the head cheerleader. So in a way, she didn't really want to be friends with him. I'm going to blame you there. But they will be friends. Now, in this story, in the sequel, Americus is head over heels in love with him. Like, she loves him with freaking all his heart. Now, the thing is, Americus doesn't kind of notice, but Drew is more busy. I mean, he wakes up early ahead of her, gets home, and falls asleep on the couch already. Um, now, now, this funny thing is, Americus. I remember his one line says, "Nice to see you, Jules, again." Jules again. Jules was supposedly Drew's girl side. Like she mostly came out whenever she had scared him. Um, 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 but anyway, now she says her friend really wants to meet Drew, but she never really told him that he was her ex. Um, um, now, um, sorry, I'm trying to remember some stuff. Now, in the story, um, Mackenzie kind of has probably the hots for Ryan, probably, I think. Um, I think there's gonna be then some tension gonna go on between Drew and Americus, especially. Um, um, sorry, trying to remember some parts. Now, everybody's worrying that Americus would cheat on Drew with Ryan. Obviously, she wouldn't. Um, Especially Lane and Marie, who are also getting married, but Lane really thinks that would probably happen. So, just I'm trying to remember some parts. I had to read some parts again because I couldn't remember. Um, Also, if I remember also correctly, didn't Americus write a book? I can't remember what, um, but she did write a book. So I'm just not gonna keep reading that more. But so now since Drew and his family are having some company problems, he's working more, and which means Americus is lonely at home and is starting to get a bit tired of Drew constantly breaking their promises to do things together. But in a way, she understands because she's head over heels in love with him. Now, Americus will then soon have, like I said, runs into her first old flame, who is Ryan Starr. He will start to hang out with her more, which is kind of not a good thing. But this will end up causing a lot of more bigger problems between her and Drew, especially because Drew will think that she's being unfaithful, that she's going to her first old flame. But this is after 3 years of being married. After those 3 years, things will start to fall apart, especially for Americus and Drew. What's going to happen, though, I'll leave that to you, though, because I'm not going to spoil it. I am not like that. Heck no, I am not. So, next story. It's called Dangerous Desires. I actually haven't gotten to read this one yet. And maybe I did, but I don't know. I actually haven't gotten to read this one yet. But this looks pretty good. Especially with that bot. I mean, just look at that. Dang. So this book is called Dangerous Desires. It is a Johnny Depp fanfiction. Now, I don't have much Johnny Depp fanfiction. I said Johnny Depp, not Jack Sparrow, not, you know, none of that. No, Johnny Depp himself fanfiction. So this is also, just fair warning, this story can contain some graphic depictions of violence, sexuality, strong language, and or other mature themes. So if you're not over the age of 18 or whatever I think is over the age, please do not read this book because it'll ruin your life. So, Dangerous Desires has 37 chapters. It's gotten 11,200 reads and 509 votes. And it's by Marvel Girl. Oh, I'm sorry, Marvel Girl 14. Love your picture, by the way, with Loki on the ground. Hulk. I love when Hulk says, puny god. I love it. And it's a complete story. So, and I haven't gotten to read this because, well, I just now remembered where it went. I'm slow. Now, this is interesting. There's rights or permission to republish, but you have to private message her or Marvel Girl 14 on Wattpad. So, let you know. Now, this story is taking place during, I think, 2011. We're following when Jasmine met Terrell, or she probably thought he was the one, and she thought they would live happily ever after, but we all know in real life that never happens in real life. We just wish. We really do wish. All of us do. Terrell turns out to really be a bastard and a really controlling monster. So, 3 years later, she is asked by Tom Burton, we all know who Tom Burton is, to compose the musical score for his new upcoming movie. What's the upcoming movie? I have no freaking idea. I don't even think it would be Pirates of the Caribbean. That's been out for a while, hasn't it? Hasn't it? What movie came out with Johnny Depp in 2011? She probably had a lot of movies then. I don't know. Now, as she starts working on the set, she gets to meet Johnny Depp. Now, at first, he seems like an arrogant jerk. Well, he gives that look that he would be. But after a while, she'll start to see that famous old quote that you should never judge a book by its cover. I live for that rule. Now, do I know what's going to happen? Obviously not, because I have not gotten the chance to read it yet. And I'm shocked by that I had not seen it yet. Where have I been all my life? Now, as you see in the comments, obviously it's really good. I love that background, by the way. So, please do check it out. I'm actually going to check it out after this. Next book, probably one I also haven't gotten a chance to read. Shame on me. But I do like the cover. Nicely done. Now, this book is called Taken by the Hawk. I love that, how you said that. Now, special ding 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 here is it's ranked number 111 in the chick lit department. I love how that's said, that chick lit. You never hear that much. Now, it's 34 chapters. It's already got 2.8 million reads and 75,700 votes, which means you definitely need to check it out if it's gotten that many reads. Because obviously it is telling you, it's pointing that little arrow at you, that it's really, really good. And it's obviously a chick lit, so. But it's by Lemon Navy Blue. That's a tricky name there. It's completed, obviously. Now, I hadn't gotten to see this, but what I'm suspecting is that the male and the female, Ethan and Nova, have a little charade going on, or a little game. Because now, Ethan Hawke is New York's best attorney, and he wants something, it seems. Now, when he invites Nova to act out as his girlfriend, he I just got me some cake. Yeah. Yahoo! I love me some cake. So if you hear me eating partially, it's because I'm eating some cake. I had a birthday party with my mom and my little sister, so. Mmm. Such good cake. I'm teasing you guys with cake. Ha. Where was it? Oh, yeah. So the New York's best attorney, obviously, when he was inviting Nova to play act his girlfriend, he really never expected a crazy trail that involved a savage donkey. Say what? Now, a kiss that probably almost was drowning to him, and also having to save his client's company from the massive takeover. Now, who's Nova? Why is she so important? Is Nova needs to save her bakery, which she owns, but she needs Ethan Hawke, and he needs her in a way to play the part. What does it mean? It's a catch-22. I don't get it. Sorry. Now, things will obviously go a little wrong in a week's whole time. Ethan doesn't really know which way is out the contract over. Which way out's the contract over, and way out, the contract's over, and of course, Nova is gone, leaving Ethan, who is really much stuck with things that he really never wanted to feel. Now, their paths obviously will have to collide again, and will probably collide with a huge bang. Not that, probably a Big Bang Theory bang. I'm suspecting that. But obviously, like I said again, if this story has gotten 2.8 million reads, that's probably, like I said, a big sign that you definitely should be checking this out. Like, just look at that number. 2,822,265 reads. It'll probably be 266 reads if I'm reading it, now that I think about it. Now, these next two books, I have finished reading. I don't know, I think the third book's completed. It probably isn't, but I think it is. Now, this book is called The Reaper. Now, remember I told you about the book called The Assassin? Book 1? That's basically going to be following this one, which is The Reaper. Now, why it's called The Reaper is Willow had died of a tragic accident. Willow is more known as the Widow, who is an assassin. But after certain circumstances, this kind of will follow, I feel like it follows along with the storyline, where, last episode, the first series of the anime, The Burning Fire of London. Yeah, she died in that. I think a freak accident, really. I think, like, some pavement, squished her. Now, she wakes up in an unknown place, all alone. And it's obvious that something about her had really changed. But what is it? Was it good or is it bad? And where was Sebastian? Will it keep her from going to be with him? Now, The Reaper is a 25-chapter story. It's already got 9,300 reads and 666 votes. That looks like it's a sign for Satan. I don't remember what it looks like, but I think it does. And it's by SYD Phantom High. Love these books. This book series was great. Now, what I remember in the book, because I read, I think, all the story, is that Willow turns into a Shinigami. She was working with Will, who we all know is acting like a bastard or straight stick. I almost spat out my cake. That'd be bad. I don't want to waste good cake. Who has time for that? Who has time for that, sucker? I don't. Go away. Dang. Okay, so back to the story. If I can find it on my Wattpad here, I'm probably going the wrong direction. Oh wait, I don't have it on that one. Confusion. I got myself confused there. Where are you, book? Keep scrolling up and down. Now, Okay, so this is going to have a lot of emotional roller coaster baggage in here. As you haven't remembered that Shinigamis and demons can't be really together, although there probably wasn't really a situation about that. Now, sadly for you Grell Sebastian fans, Grell and Sebastian don't get together. So sorry. Although I think no, never mind. Never mind. There's no Grell and Will either. Sorry. But there's something gonna happen, especially with Willow and Will. No, not like that. That'd be incest, really. Wink, wink. Incest, wink, wink. But I'll let you figure it out in the book. It's really shocking. I had not even seen it coming. I know Undertaker's in a few parts, like probably, I wouldn't say near the end, but it's kind of near the end of the way. But when Willow does go into Shinigami, this will start to follow season 2, where Ciel's memory, some parts of his memory will be erased. That he doesn't remember when Madame Ren was murdered, or that that Ciel's soul was supposed to be collected by Sebastian, and all that does. So it's gonna follow that. I almost spat my cake out again. That's true. You can't become a Shinigami unless you commit suicide. I didn't know that. But more will be more explained in the end. But what happens though near the ending is really shocking. But it will lead on to the next book, which is called the Deserter. And what I mean by the Deserter is Willow. Now Reapers that have resigned are what was known as the Deserters, that having all of their duties as a Reaper completely terminated. Now Willow decides that the only way to be with Sebastian is to become a deserter. So now she's traveling with him and Ciel. Now this follows along near the end of season 2, where Ciel becomes a demon. And Sebastian is permanently serving Ciel forever. Until something happens, but we all doubt that. And it seems Sebastian has been keeping something from Willow, and it's easy to say quitting is never that easy for her. So the big question throughout this whole series is what's making this so much more difficult with her and Sebastian. I can't really recall what it was. What was being kept. Fudge duck, I can't remember. But so the title for the third book is The Deserter Assassin Series, Book 3. Is 20 chapters. It's already got 5,000 reads and 400 votes. And again, it is by SYD Phantom Hive. And completed. But I can't really remember what much happens, but I do know that for some reason this book, Ciel becomes much of a bastard than I thought. I swear, I think in the first book, he was much more sweeter. But then again, he had his memory erased, so I can't blame him. Then he had a lot taken away too, but still, don't need to be a bastard or to Willow. She lost a lot. So next, last but not least, is our favorite next book, which is by my good friend Alex6. It's called The Russian Mobster, Russian Mafia Romance. It is 47 chapters long. It's already at 118,000 reads and 4,000 votes. Now, there is a lot of warnings saying your viewer discretion is really advised because it I think it does contain graphic depictions of violence, sexuality, strong language, and other mature themes, which is true. Now, I read this book, sadly, a lot longer than I thought. so I kind of lost what I read from it. But what I'm getting here is that our main female character was kidnapped from a life she has always known. Her name is Gray Ravenwood. Love the name. She is 19 years old and is an assassin. Well, trained assassin, because she was a cold-blood born killer. Ah, drop my cake again. Ah, yeah. Yeah. On the other side, we're following Sinister Solvak, who is a Russian mobster. He is a freaking sexy, gorgeous, violent. I think he meant violent. Alexis, I found a type error. I think he meant violent, not violet. It'd be cool if he was violet all over. And is pretty much a cold man. Now we all need to figure it out. Sorry, I'm gonna finish my cake. Is what happens when Gray makes the stupidest wrong decision and somehow gets kidnapped by the Russian mafia. Two things might happen. One will be that they try to get rid of each other, which seems obvious. And the other is they just completely forget logic, say screw logic, and we'll live the rest of our lives in the fate of love. Now, the scenes do include a lot of strong sexual scenes, R-rated violence, and of course R-rated language. But I like how you just added in, Alexis, I like bad language. Wow. You completed that in a month? Dang. I can't even complete that in a month. 47 chapters in a month. How the heck do you do that? You must be like a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. But definitely check it out. It is good. From what I recall, it was really good. It's a really interesting story. So, was that it? I think that was it. So yeah, that was it. This. Now, the reason I added a little more time here, though, is because I want to talk about a couple of stories from the fanfiction.net, especially on the app I'm using. So on the app, if you go to fanfiction.net, I'm also on that, but there is one author who is freaking good at the story. It's really good. Her name's Belladonna78, and she's been writing for supernatural fanfictions, so mainly Dean XOC stories. And they are M rated, so please be warned if you're not over the age of 18 or so on, that please don't read that. Because if you remember Dean Winchester, he does say, pardon my French, son of a bee a lot. A lot. But again, supernatural, what do you expect? So I'm already at one book, which is where am I on? I am on, if I could read where I'm at. Yeah. It almost, to hell and back. Why did I not look that? I'm stupid. So I'm on the book of to hell and back. I think it's the third book. I can't remember what chapter I'm on, but I'm pretty good at it. So I'm at To Hell and Back, which follows the sequel to Hell to Pay, which also follows the sequel to All Hell Breaks Loose. And is also the sequel to Highway to Hell. Now, this mainly is where Beth O'Malley, who was in a situation, and her father was a pastor. But she's taken in by John Winchester after following the death of her father, who was a pastor and a hunter, which she had no clue of. The story follows Dean and Sam Winchester and, of course, Beth's story as they battle the demons and a lot of supernatural creatures in the aftermath of recent tragic events. Um, Now, the reason it's rated M is because for the occasional smut. There's more though, and there is uh, some another story here, but it's all where Dean and Beth have the smutty, sexy moments. But still, check out the actual story. Really is good. Now, the order it follows is Highway to Hell, All Hell Breaks Loose. I'm an idiot. Then it goes to All Hell Breaks Loose, and then it goes to Hell and Back, and then it goes to Between Heaven and Hell. So that's the order that. But I really wanted you guys to check that one out too, because frankly, I liked it. I mean, it was really good. I mean, it does follow the order of each season. So I'm suspecting that Hell and Back, or no, Heaven and Hell or something, will follow season 4 to 5, I think. But I don't think it got any more than that. Because we all know Supernatural has gotten up to 10 seasons already. Now, I'll probably, hopefully, put a link to the fanfiction. Let me see if I can first find it. Let me see if I can find it. Now, when you're looking up Highway to Hell, it's not the song, it's a fanfiction. You have to type that in, really. I hope there's not more than that, though. Yeah. So, I will post up the first chapter. And I will put a link in so that you can check it out, because it is really good and it's really detailed. I mean, literally. I mean, I really enjoyed reading this. It really, because I never have to see a lot of, you know, I never got to watch the Supernatural series because I came in at the wrong time and I was so lost. So lost, it wasn't really funny. Then, okay, well, then again, it probably was funny, but I don't know. But I mainly want to talk about that. So that's the end of this video, because I probably ran a little over an hour. Now, all the links are in down below. I promise that the last video of the review I did, I will probably get the links. If I don't, all the books are on my channel, on my profile. So if you go to my link and other videos to my Wattpad, you will find all the books that you want to read there. I promise they are good. Although I think you have to sign up to be able to read them, I think. Also, make sure if you are part of Wattpad that you vote for these stories. And please, please follow the authors. They are all really amazing authors. I really respect them. And I'm glad that they respect my reviews. I'm not a professional reviewer, so I don't give much advice. But also, if you have any advice, want me to give you advice on how you want to do your story, I'm open for that. I will not say no. I can't really. But anyway, so that's going to be the end of this review. Until next Sunday, of course. And I will already have up a list of the next 10 already, as I said. So be happy to expect those. So yeah, your girl Flairity here with her still lovely piece of cake. Of course. Yummy cake. Her girl Flairity here. She's out. Bye-bye.